Woo! Yeah, baby. Monday. Happening out there, everybody. Jamming today, baby. It's happening out there. No idea who's out there today, but I hope you really are thankful for joining me for happy hour today. CJ, what's up? All right, week ahead here, baseball. We're talking baseball. BettingPub.net. Yep, shaking maracas today, man. Shaking the maracas today. That's older than me, by the way. I think so. All right, so let's talk some baseball. Talking baseball. Monday, August, Major League Baseball 2021. Crazy weekend. Crazy weekend of baseball. Phillies starting to pull away in the AL East. Reds playing some baseball like we knew they would. Well, they're going to struggle with Pittsburgh over the weekend. No, they weren't. No, they really weren't. I think we told you that on Friday. Reds have a chance to kind of stretch their legs here and get some wins under their belt. Did exactly what we thought they would do. They did what they thought they would do. And they didn't let them off the hook. I mean, the Reds just playing baseball. Is that 6 now? Yeah. All right. 5-game win streak? 5. Playing baseball. So since he has Cleveland today for a little 1-game makeup set, can you call it 1-game set a set? It's 1 game. It's a makeup game. Oh, Sammy Henkes on the mound today for Cleveland. Oh, it's not going to get any easier tomorrow either with Tristan on the mound for Cleveland. We'll get into that later because we're definitely going to talk about some fantasy stuff that you should be able to do. You know, I snuck in on Friday. I was the host of the Major League Fantasy Baseball radio show on Sports Blues Radio for years. I mean, I like digging into the fantasy stuff. It just, let's don't really talk about it here. We'll talk about it a little bit here because this week is going to be crazy. Anyway, this Reds game today, first of all, you look at the weather. And there it is, man. 10 to 12 mile an hour breeze shooting straight out center field when Cleveland's at home. Now, we know what Cleveland can do in their park when they're at home and they're doing well. I mean, they're not doing all that well. But with Henkes on the mound, that 1-4 and that 7-something ERA, yowza. Now, Castillo's obviously gotten back in shape, figured out some stuff. Remember now, he's 4-0 in his last 8, and the team is 6-2 in his last 8 too. So the team's playing well behind him, and that wasn't the case. Remember, he's 6-10, and yet he's 6-2, 4-0 in his last 8. So you realize he was 2-10. Yeah, he was just not pitching well at all. It's kind of like Tyone. He kind of figured something out here. I'll talk about that in a whole while too. Man. So with Castillo figuring things out, that total could be a little bit tricky. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be. He can certainly keep the ball down, and it might make it a little more difficult. But Cleveland's going to find a way to hit 2 off of him and certainly get around the bases for this 1-game set. Cleveland's going to stay home too and continue the week on. And man, between him and Tristan McKenzie tomorrow, Henkes and McKenzie back to back. We're playing the Cleveland over in back-to-back days, no matter who was coming into town. So we happen to get the Reds, who were just beating the snot out of Pittsburgh last 4 days. Okay. So, yeah, you know what? That 9.5, with Cincy and Cleveland today, is on your board. Take it over. I got to take it over. Like I said, when I didn't see that there was even a 10 on the total with Henkes today, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Milwaukee and the Cubs, 4-game set. Weather. Just like you talked about looking in the weather today in Wrigley Field, and I don't know if they're going to get this game in at all. It's ugly today in Chicago. I saw last night how it was all kind of swirling around when they were watching the night game, and man, doesn't look any better today than it did last night when the White Sox and Cubs were wrapping up their series last night. Oh, boy. I mean, when the forecast says 10, 15 mile an hour and heavy rain, and you're in Chicago, okay. You live in Chicago and you're watching this show? You know, yeah. Probably won't be a game of Wrigley today. Just say it. It would have been Peralta and Mills. We'll see if they go. I'm not going to even touch it just because of the weather. Who knows what you'll get there. Yankees and KC starting their 3-game set. Man, if you go to my sports betting pub site right now, you'll see I have the Kansas City run line as my play of the day. Give me the Kansas City Royals and plus 1.5 with Taillon and Carlos Hernandez on the mound. Now, I mentioned I want to talk about Taillon a little bit. Man, remember he was 1-4, and 4 of his first 13 starts the team lost. I mean, I think everybody in the Yankee universe was like, "What are we doing here? What are we doing here?" Even Paul O'Neill. I remember, I don't know if I was on that show. I remember talking about it here once. Maybe I wasn't on the air yet, but back when he was struggling with it, right at the end of June and the beginning of July, because I have it written down what happened in that whole stretch there where he wasn't pitching well at all. I remember Paul O'Neill and Coney was talking about it, and we're going to talk about Michael Kay talking about it. Of course, he's just going to say what he has to say about it, but man, Taillon couldn't. He had no control over anything. I don't think anybody was afraid of him. No one thought he was going to not only just have a decent turnaround, he really turned it around. I'm impressed with what Taillon's done because he lost his last start in June against Tampa. It was a 3-1 game, and he lost that start. He hasn't lost since. Now, I shouldn't say that because the first 3 – I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to say there. He lost that last June start. And the first 3 July starts, 5 1/3 against Boston in a 7-3 loss. He only won a third of an inning against Philly, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and they lost 8-7 in 10 innings. Got no decision in that game. And he went 4 2/3 against Oakland with 4 hits and 2 earned runs. The team lost 5-3 with a no decision in his first 3 July starts. So to end June and start July, not just ugly 0-4. The team went 0-4. He went 0-2, and it was just not there. Like I mentioned, he was 1-4, and all of a sudden, what are we doing here? Something we don't know what happened. Because something happened after that Oakland start. Because now he's 6-0. The team is 7-1 in his last 8. Pretty impressive, man. I'm going to give it to wherever the mindset changed for him because your stuff's not going to change. You can't just develop a new style of pitching, obviously. And you can see his delivery. See all the starts. See his starts. Man, he's figured something out. I can't believe his total's 10 today, to be honest with you. You can actually move to 10.5 and get minus 115 for the 10.5 on the under today with Kansas City and the Yanks. You know what, man? Like I mentioned, every once in a while, there's times to throw the juice around and there's times to just not really even think about drinking any juice at all. But when I saw 1.87 on the decimal and 115 in American terms for the minus or under 10.5 there, the 10's even money. I'd rather cash that 10.5 in case it is 6-4 or something like that. I don't hit that run line, but I still think it's going to be like a 4-3 game. I honestly do, even if it does get to 5-4 or something like that. I don't think – I love having that little hook in the 10.5 and only having minus 115 because usually – you're going to pay minus 110 for your total anyway. So they actually have to pay only $5 more in my mind to get the 115 and 10.5 there. Yes, I hope it stays under. And like I mentioned, if you look down the play of the day today, I have Kansas City plus 1.5 on that run line. So obviously, I hope it stays close. It's a 1-run game. Kansas City can't beat the Yankees. Of course they can. Now you saw Cole, Montgomery, and Sanchez down with COVID. And last night we saw what happened with number 48, not playing first base. Number 48 is down with COVID too. So now Rizzo's down. Doesn't bode well for the Yanks going on the road without all 4 of those dudes. Cole and Montgomery obviously off the mound, out of the series. Sanchez, Rizzo out of the batting lineup at all. It's not going to help. Now you're going to have to trust number 25 over there. Glaber. So it's 25. 26, more Gardner. Oh, God, man. You have to trust that Odor is going to be able to find a way to come through. It's amazing watching him get intentionally walked 2 times the other day. He's scared of him. That dude's scary. All right, so Stanton will be in there. Of course, Judge will be in there. Those 2 are obviously streaky and haven't been hitting the ball really all that great yet. It's amazing when Aaron Judge misses time, it really always seems to take him time to get back into a group. Some guys just get back into it and kind of pick up where they left off. It always seems like he takes a few minutes to. He misses a few games. He misses a few beats. It's weird. Yeah, we'll see, man. Obviously first baseman. I'm gonna have to throw. We have to throw LeMahieu over there now, so Odor probably goes second in his more comfortable position. We'll see. Anyway, I like that under there, and I like KC to cover the run line. Shy Sox in Minnesota. Giolito. Now you could think about Giolito today because he's getting 2 starts this week, and some people in the fantasy world would like that. I don't know how much I like that. At 8-8, I told you that 8-8 and 4 ERA is not. I'm not impressed with Giolito. I think that preseason hype was undeserved. But Bo Burrows. Okay. Bo Burrows. Excuse me, man. So, of course, the White Sox were minus 160 last night, and I think Bo Burrows got announced as a starter. Now you're seeing minus 180, minus 190 for the White Sox. Might even see 200 now with Bo Burrows on the mound for Minnesota, man. Of course, they took 3 or 4 out of the Houston Astros this weekend, right? What? Like, isn't that amazing seeing the Twins take 3 or 4 of Houston who's trying to do something with their season? Losing 3 or 4. No. Get an ERA at 11. The Shy Sox team total today. I'm sorry, man. It's 5.5. Tell me the White Sox game. Did you see that game last night, man? Talk about a team that when they hit the ball, and they hit the ball hard. I mean, man. I think Chicago can find a way to hit their team total tonight. It's 5.5. It's minus 110. Okay. Bo Burrows is going to stop the White Sox from scoring 5.5, 6 runs tonight. Huh? How about no? Shy Sox team total. Miami, San Diego. Thompson. Nah, Big Joe over there. I'm not going to touch that. Of course, Miami, right? Outscored 34-14 this weekend versus Colorado. Right now, after taking 3 or 4 from the Mets, which you just watched it. Man, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? You take 3 or 4 from the Mets, now the Mets are in that downswing, not playing well at all. Of course, obviously, the Phillies are the team taking you down, not only taking command of first place, but taking all those heads-up games, too. Oof. Phillies picked the right time to get hot, didn't they? We just kind of saw it going into the break. They were hitting the ball. Remember they hit 7 of their 10 overs right before the break there, and they were playing all right, 7-3. And I think you're off to the best start to the second half of the season, but now they are. Phillies are hot, man. You see all those lines this weekend, too, or this past weekend. Thursday was minus 110. It was even the other day before that. I think they were plus money in one of those games. Yeah, Phillies were just like, yeah, whatever. You set the line, we'll go play baseball. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm not going to touch that Miami game. That's it, really. That over 9.5 today with Cleveland. Just because of Henkes. The weather in the Cubs, it might just pour out that game. The KC run line, that under 10.5, move it up to 10.5, get some money there, and that White Sox team total over 5.5. And I just want to get everybody set up for what's going to happen during the week here. Cincy and Cleveland, I'm going to be reading a little of this because I wrote all this out over the weekend, so it's all not fresh in my head. I want to make sure just get everybody caught up what's happening this week in baseball, man. Cincy and Cleveland are going to wrap up this one-game set right now. I keep calling it a set. It's one game. Cleveland's going to be starting a new series on Tuesday. Everybody is the Reds are going to be headed to Atlanta for 3 and then Philly for 3. Oh, talk about the shape of the National League East right there with the Reds playing well, going up against 2 American League East or 2 National League East teams playing for something right now. So the Reds are going to have an interesting week this week after this game, going from Cleveland to Atlanta, Philly. 7 days, 7 games. All right. Cleveland is going to stay home. They have Oakland for 3, and then they're going to have a big series with Detroit over the weekend. It's amazing you say a big series against Detroit over the weekend, right? Man, it's just go Tigers. Milwaukee and the Cubs, they're going to wrap up this 4-game set that they're starting today. Thursday, of course, and Milwaukee's going to have another series with Pittsburgh, who they just can't seem to stop beating the hell out of. I'm sure Milwaukee's loving that. Like, yeah, let's bring on the Pittsburgh Penguins, Pirates. Penguins, Pirates. Boy, are they not playing well, man. I'll call it whatever I want. I just like bashing them. When you're not playing well, I'm going to call you. You're the Penguins, you're the Parrots, you're the Pirates, you're the Pirates, you're the Parrots. I love it, man. All right, White Sox in Minnesota are going to wrap up their stuff on Wednesday. Chicago's going to get the Yankees, wrap up the weekend Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Minnesota's going to host Tampa on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're going to have Thursday off before that series starts. Miami and San Diego are going to finish this series on Wednesday that they're starting today. Miami's going to have that day off to travel after their big West Coast trip to San Diego. And they're going to head over to Arizona, stay out there. Angels in Toronto are going to meet for 3. They're both going to stay out west to finish the week. The Angels will host Houston on Friday through the weekend, and Toronto's going to head up to Seattle for the weekend. Detroit and Baltimore going to face off for 3 at Kitty Park, Maryland. It's Kitty Park, Maryland. And they're going to finish Detroit. They're going to finish the week at home with Cleveland, and Baltimore's going to head to Fenway Park. The Dodgers are going to travel east to Philly on Tuesday. It's going to be a fun little series. Both playing well, both playing for something. It's going to be intense, man. I mean, it's August. These games start meaning something big now. Every damn game that's left is big. That's a big series. Yep. Then they're going to go for Citi Field for 3 against the Mets, too, to wrap up that week. Yowza. The Phillies are going to play host to the Reds to finish the week out. St. Louis and Pittsburgh are going to face off for another 3-game set. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then the Cards are going to get to play the Royals again. Man, just got done playing them this weekend, of course. So now they're going to go over to Kaufman for Saturday, Friday, and Sunday. I mentioned Oakland before, talking about that Cleveland series. The A's are going to finish out the week in Texas. Texas is going to be starting their series with Seattle on Tuesday before their Oakland affair this weekend. Tampa is going to head to Fenway Park for 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and they're going to finish out the week in Minnesota, like I mentioned, for 3 games. Washington, the Mets are going to play a 3-game set on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I mentioned the Dodgers are going to be at Citi Field to wrap up the week. Atlanta is going to be hosting the Mets over the weekend. San Francisco and Arizona, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then they're going to head to Colorado for 4. Colorado's going to be at Houston Tuesday and Wednesday before the San Francisco series. Kind of on a fantasy league note here, there are a bunch of guys making 2 starts this week, which I think you should probably be aware of. The Giolito, like I mentioned, some people are going to care about. He's starting Monday and Saturday. I don't find a bunch of fantasy value in him, but he should probably win 2 games. I mean, wins are big. He'll probably be 10-8 at the end of the week, honestly. Taillon's going to have 2 starts, obviously today, weekend, right before the weekend there. Buehler's going to have a Tuesday and a Sunday start for LA. Trevor Rogers is going to have San Diego and the Cubs on Sunday. Kevin Gausman's going to have 2 starts versus Arizona and Colorado this week. On the other side of that, like I mentioned today, Cleveland has Hankins today and then McKenzie tomorrow for Cleveland. That means he's going to get Oakland. Oh, my God, too. I mean, he's going to get Detroit also. So he's going to get Oakland and Detroit back-to-back this week, McKenzie. Oh, boy. If you trust Steven Matz, he has the Angels and the Mariners this week. I mean, when you play for Toronto and you're going to be playing the Angels and the Mariners this week, you might think Steven Matz might be a decent play because you're going to get him twice. Chris Sale is going to be back on Saturday for the Red Sox, in case you hadn't heard. Long 2 years for him, man. And the weekend, you really got to look out for the weekend coming up here, because if you really look around, and that's another reason why I was looking around all to the week ahead. I want to make sure everybody knew who was playing who. The parks, man. Look at the parks that everyone's playing in next weekend or this coming weekend. Hitters Park, warm weather. And now teams really kind of getting in their groove before the September rosters expand, because then everything's going to change. I know I won't be doing baseball anymore when September comes, because when they add to that roster, now you're talking about seeing guys who you haven't seen all year getting time, who might not do well, might do well. We don't know. I'm not a big September baseball fan guy, only because, like I said, it's you never know what you're going to get, man. It's like the box of chocolates. Can't be betting on baseball in September, except for the teams that are obviously in the running for it. They know what their lineup's going to be and all that. But the lesser teams who are just giving people that 1-month trial for next year with the spring training on deck, we're already looking ahead. It's tough to predict that kind of stuff. It's like almost like preseason football. We're talking, man, I know Henry was talking about, you got something for the game, the Hall of Fame game? Dude, it's preseason football, man. No, I ain't got no bets for that. Got no bets for anything preseason baseball or football or anything. Anything. You can't bet preseason. You don't know. No one knows the plan. They don't even know the plan. The managers put a plan together for how it starts, and then everything falls to shit right after that. You never know what you're going to get. Box of chocolates. All right, that's it. Everyone's out of here. Yeah, that's early, man. 12:10. You got 6 o'clock game start today, so you got some time to get these five games on the board today if you want. Gave you a place, right? When the places I gave out, Kansas City run line plus 1.5, and then under 10.5 if you buy it up. What else? What else did I do? Yeah, the Cleveland, Cincinnati over 9.5, and the White Sox team total over 5.5. That's all I got for today. So we'll see you Friday for baseball again, and have a good week, everybody, man. Boca Lupo, happy hour is over. Thanks for joining me. I'm EJ. You should really get over to my website. Dropped all my packages down pretty far. Giving out plays, giving out betting advice for not much money at all. $50 for like 2 weeks or something like that. Oh, my God. You're welcome. All right. Have a good week, everybody. We'll see you before the weekend. And ciao, Boca Lupo.